Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy icjosh, and I'm gonna say it right now. I have been gaslighting this whole Broly and Gohan for Golden Week, and this was way before we were actually got the data download of the Goten and actual Trunks from the, if I'm not mistaken, that Broly event that actually did come out with Yamcha. So I'm not sweating that at all. That's actually something that was part of that. So everybody else has kind of been ramping up a little bit and trying to connect the dots with this one. That's not the case. Like we were talking about. We were talking about like Broly and all that stuff for me when I looked at a bunch of things and kind of sort of piecing a lot of things together on stream, especially last for the actual past two streams. So it was literally before all of this stuff was going on. But I've been noticing. I've been noticing some people in the community kind of gaslighting Broly after too, and I've been like, hey, if it happens, it happens, and I'm not gonna be upset because there's a couple of reasons why I won't be upset at the simple fact of getting another Broly and stuff like that, and we'll get into that here in a second. But you can insert this, this, and that, or whatever you want in the for Golden Week, and it could probably work because again, let's not get it twisted. This is another joint celebration. It is a big celebration for Global and JP Dokkan Battle right before Global's anniversary. And again, this is a stepping stone. This is sort of like that stop, actually like the really big stop before the actual anniversary for Global side. That's gonna sort of test if you're gonna summon or not. And to be quite honest, for a lot of people, it may not, but it just depends on what the units are and how good they are. So if they're like busted, then it's like you probably gonna have to come off some Dragon Stones. Especially, don't even get me started if we get Orange Piccolo, Beastless Gohan, and I'm just throwing in the Gammas just to make it that much more sweeter for the pot. And if that's the case, then that's a holy shiznit banner that you're gonna have to summon on, and you're gonna have to come up off some of them Dragon Stones. You're gonna have to stop being Scrooge, and you're gonna come up off some of them Dragon Stones because that's gonna be one of those banners. It's gonna be like, damn, I'd be damned if I don't summon on this banner. And I may not go hard, but I'll be damned. And plus, you know, you can get them back with the red coins if you got red coins. And so that's an even better time. But it could be a crazy banner celebration for Global and JP Dokkan Battle. And obviously, JP will have some different sort of units to be featured on that banner. But it would be a crazy banner. And I'm just going to go ahead and say right now before I forget, if you hit the like button, you've been with us in this the whole entire time so far, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, especially if you're new. We love to grow around here. We love to get the like button. Now let's get some likes on this video. So what I wanted to go ahead and say, what really gaslighted my whole prediction of Broly's, and let me just go ahead and say this again, if not, you know, when, because nobody knows what it's going to be, it's weeks from now. If it is Broly and Gohan for the Dokkan Fest, for the dual Dokkan Fest, Broly and Gohan from the second movie, well, excuse me, second coming movie, a Broly movie, that'd be wild that I predicted that, and we would get some absolutely banger easy A's from this one. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now, it'll be absolutely none. I don't know why I'm still looking at Trunks right now, well, because I don't need to be, but what I'm saying is, if we could do that and we could get the Go Bros, yeah, the Go Bros, and also Broly easy at us, would be absolutely nutty. Because look at the time Broly was released, right? So Golden Week actually does start the 29th of April. So if you look at it sort of how it is right now, that would be sort of in the same sort of length of the celebration, depending on if it goes that long, because it could be a couple of weeks or something like that, or 3 weeks or so, depending on how they do this. So it could sort of line up in the back end of it. But if you go back and look at the Go Bros, because they are the Dokkan Fest, the release date was May 8th. That is in the time frame of Golden. So that could be something absolutely nasty, wild. That's why I'm saying that they could get easy 8s. And again, if you look at that date, it was 2019 that they both came out on Global Dokkan Battle, and I think JP Dokkan Battle as well. So it's like, it's been 4 years. So it's not like the units have just been here for a couple of years and that's it. No, it's been 4 damn years. And to be quite honest, low-key, if you take any one of them into a hard event, they get their ass clapped. And that's real shit. Cell Max is looking at both of them like they snacks, and he gonna wipe that ass. That didn't even come out right. I'm gonna leave that in though. But I mean, it's fact though. He really he's gonna wash him. So this is why I'm looking at this, because the Go Bros and stuff like that, like you see their category and everything like that, cool. You could obviously make that 4 key 170 across the board, or hell, even 77 across the board for both the sibling bond and Goku's family, which would be absolutely pretty good of an actual, you know, leader skill in 2023. But the passive is what I'm looking at the most, because if you remember on this passive, when you just look at it, they only get attack and defense 58%, and that's their standalone 100% right off the bat without anything else. They only get that, and obviously it's a play on them, but I mean that's it. So if you look at the rest of it, launches additional attack that has a medium chance to become a super attack. Okay, cool. That could obviously go up to high chance. I doubt if it go up to great chance, but if they went up to great chance, holy shit. But it'd go up to a high chance, maybe even say medium chance for all we know. But this right here, the key +1 attack and defense 10% with each attack performed, up to 5 key, and then obviously 100% attack and defense. So that basically means they only get, at full passive, they only get 158% attack and defense with 5 key. That ain't cutting it. So low key, if they put a 1 in front of that 58 and it was 158, and then maybe buff this up to 158, then cool, there you go. And also made it to where you didn't need literally like 10 attacks just to get all that up. Because yeah, sure, you can, if you're lucky enough, you can get 3 attacks in each sort of turn that they're in, but you still got to remember that even they can only get 3 attacks. That's already what, 9 turns. So no, excuse me. That's about what, 6 turns. 6 turns right there, and they still would even be full. They need another turn, so then it would be 8 turns. So that's not all that great. Now, obviously, for the key side, yeah, they'll get that a lot faster. But just for that in general, like it wouldn't. If they had a way to actually speed the hell out of this up. And also buffing it with either 58% or a little bit more shit. If it went up to 200%, then we're talking about some holy shitness going on for this card, to be quite honest. Because again, you got to remember when they first came out, they were holy shit cards, and it was a situation like if you missed them, then everyone was like, you wait for the Go Bros to come back and use those 500 damn red coins, or the whole community gets to slap the shit out of you or right then and there. So it was kind of like you was kind of getting bullied on them, to be quite honest. So disables rampage. The only way I could see that even being remotely useful is if you could somehow do that, and maybe some like any sort of unit, or excuse me, any sort of enemy in Dokkan Battle nowadays, like even Cell Max and all the other Red Zone Broly and stuff like that, if you could take that in there and they could still disable Rampage, like if it actually worked in there, then holy moly, that would make those units this much more crazy for them. So like I said, their EZA, the way they can go with this one would just pretty much be busted, because they still can hit some pretty good numbers currently right now on the right teams and stuff like that. They can hit some pretty good numbers. I'm pretty sure Dokkan World probably has a video on them and on a 200% leader skill and stuff like that. So you could probably look up and see how good they are currently right now. So for the Broly though, the Broly has busted written all over him with a good actual EZA written all over him. I mean, 4 key 130 across the board, and extreme tech 4 key 100 across the board. Obviously you can run that up to probably 150. They're probably not going to make it 170, so it'd probably be 150 and 120 across the board with still 4 key on both sides. They ain't going to be like, here's 5 key, bro. They ain't going to do that. So I ain't really worried about that. But if you look at this Broly, he only has attack and defense 90%. And that's when performing a super attack. So he doesn't even have a standalone, like, any defense right off the bat. So low-key, if they were like, all right, attack and defense, maybe like 120%, but they gave a bullet in the front that was like maybe attack and defense 100%, like right off the bat. And then that gives him a little bit of defense, so now all it means is he just has to super attack to get another 120% defense, and then obviously you can still get your additional attack 50%, or if they want to go higher, make it even more busted for an ultra super attack, yeah, launch an additional attack, launch an additional super attack when facing 2 or more enemies. So that's like a guarantee right there. If you're already facing 2 enemies, boom, there you go. So you can already sort of play around with how that would look. Transforms when conditions are met, which again, it's transformed for the start of 4th turn after battle. And we all know how this Broly is. Attack and defense 100% when performing super attack, plus an additional attack 88% if it's an ultra super attack. So you can kind of see how how busted he can look. Launch an additional attack that has a medium chance to become a super attack when facing only 1 enemy. Launch an additional super attack when facing 2 or more enemies. So you can sort of play around with that and see what he's going to be doing. That active skill of key plus 24 and attack 48%. I don't think they'd buff the active skill. I don't think they usually really buff active skills at all. But if they somehow started it on him, yeah. But you can sort of see how this is going to be going for Golden Week. So it's my sort of prediction that I personally would want the Broly, because again, I'm going to tie that back to what I said at the beginning of the video of how we only have 2 transforming Brolys. Like, I just want that to actually sink in. We only have 1 for Dragon Ball Z and 1 for Dragon Ball Super, and obviously it's this one, and then the other one is the physical Dokkan Fest one that got an easy A with the Gogeta Blue. So that's it. And all the other ones are already either standalone like Super Saiyan 3 or standalone Legendary Super Saiyan, and with a couple of the free-to-play ones being Super Saiyan. I think one of the free-to-play being Super Saiyan. That's really about it. So it's not like we have a lot of transforming Brolys to be like, yeah, we got a ton of Brolys everywhere all the time. Like, it's not necessarily the case. So regardless if it is Dragon Ball Z Broly, that still doesn't affect this guy or Dragon Ball Super Broly getting an easy A. This doesn't affect it. Like, if it is like Dragon Ball Super Broly, doesn't affect it. And even at that point, I still would want it to be Dragon Ball Z Broly, because I would much prefer Dragon Ball Super Broly have an incredible LR in like the worldwide celebration, or maybe like Tanabanta celebration, you know, something along the lines of that, where it's like a bigger sort of a joint celebration where, you know, it's an LR. And I would much prefer if he had an LR then that was a Dokkan Fest for Dragon Ball Super Broly than Dragon Ball Z Broly. So that's just my sort of aspect, because again, Dragon Ball Z Broly already has LRs. I think Dragon Ball Super Broly only has that one that is pretty much the Broly trio, if I'm not mistaken. That's it. So yeah, like, it's like where else would you want him to be for all my Dragon Ball Super fans there? I would much prefer that to be at a crazier time where you're going to be getting more Dragon Stones, and you can probably have a little bit of time to actually save up your Dragon Stones from the 8th anniversary that'll be on Global Dokkan Battle. So, you know, it's one of those situations there. But for me personally, that's what I would want. I would love to hear you guys in the comment section below what you guys would want to see for a Golden Week. Again, we're a couple of weeks away from Golden Week, so we have a lot of time to sort of speculate, see what's going to be this and that, blah, blah, blah. But if you did enjoy the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That way you get notified when we go live and put up more videos. Other than that, stay safe. God bless, and I'm out. Peace.